Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to our evening show. This is Yashis Kaiman. Nelson Koech gave a statement, gave a speech that elicited a lot of reaction. Nelson Koech actually told the police to shoot and kill the demonstrators. This is very, very scary. This is actually something that should not come from a leader of his caliber. He is a member of parliament. And when something like this comes from such a leader, Kenyans have all the reason to get worried. Ladies and gentlemen, before I give a critical analysis about this kind of utterances, I want you to watch very, very keenly what the member of parliament said here. Watch here.
And you are telling me you cannot shoot and kill. You cannot have someone who is coming after your businesses armed and with weapons, and you want to tell me that you cannot use shoot and kill. The Constitution, the Police Act, has given the police the powers to use their arms where they have evaluated the risk of their lives is in danger. And I want to say, these people have been terrorizing people. Anyone who wants to go to a protected area like State House is not an ordinary person. That is a criminal. That is an armed person that must be dealt with equal force. And the only force that applies to such people is to shoot and kill. If you think that the government is sending goons and assassins to attack people's property and investments, why do you have a problem when the government then goes after the people they have sent, as you claim? We will arrest everyone, and I can tell you they are terrorists, and they are going to be charged as either facilitating terrorism or they are terrorists themselves. Yule mama ambaye alichomewa biashara yake ya county supermarket alifanya makosa gani? Upuzi yenu mnatuambia sijui one term ya nani? Nani alikuambia sisi ndio tutakaa one term? Kibaki hakukaa one term, Uhuru hakukaa one term. Sisi umeona wakati imetufikia ndio sisi ni washenzi tukae one term. Tunapiga term mbili fululizo. Kama taifa la Kenya na kama jamii hatuwezi hata siku moja, na wasifikirie sisi ni waoga ati wanatupangia na sisi tumekaa hivi. Kama ni kupanga, wasifikirie hatuwezi kupanga. Ni vile tunapenda amani na wachunge hii amani sana. This country, blood has been shed enough times, and we will want to warn all.
That is the member of parliament giving orders to police that they should kill Kenyans who are demonstrating. I don't know what to say about this. Do you support this kind of utterances by our leaders? I want to say the problem with this kind of talks. I want to give a critical analysis why this is unacceptable coming from Nelson Koech. I want to say it is wrong in my view because of a number of reasons. Number one, Nelson Koech is the chairman of the Security Committee of the National Assembly. This is a man who actually is supposed to make the police or the security officers to be accountable for their actions. This is a person who is supposed actually to oversight the police force. This is a person who is supposed to speak on behalf of Kenyans when the police goes wrong, as they have done. This is the man who heads a committee that is very, very crucial in this country. So when you have a chairman of a security committee talking like this, we have a problem here, ladies and gentlemen. Number two, in my view, this one seems to complement that narrative that has been created in this country. A number of leaders have actually advocated for killing of demonstrators. You remember, Kipchumba Murkomen started the narrative. And I told you, when Kipchumba Murkomen is talking, it is William Samoei Ruto who is talking. When he opens his mouth, he opens to please the president. He says whatever he says. Remember, he is the man in charge of internal security. He is the interior CS. So you cannot just wake up and start telling Kenyans that the police should kill these people. No, I'm not saying that looting is good. It should be stopped. I'm not saying that police should be killed. No, nobody should die. What we are saying here, that there is a narrative that is being created in this country. And also, you remember even William Samoei Ruto yesterday told the police that they should shoot the legs of the demonstrators. This was very, very scary. This was wrong in my view, if you ask me, because the president, as the head of state, as a symbol of unity, should not actually advocate for Kenyans to be shot, to be gunned, because it's going to create out of problem. So there's already a narrative that is being created. Number 3, in my view, if you shoot demonstrators and you have not asked yourself, I have a problem with the way the government is addressing the issue of demonstrations. One, the government is creating a narrative. So kunafanyika nini, this idea. No. The reason why the demonstrators are demonstrating is because, one, there is extrajudicial killing. So this one is wrong, because when you turn the policemen now to shoot, then you only escalate the problem. The problem that Kenyans are trying to solve, the problem that is actually annoying Kenyans: abductions, extrajudicial killings, high taxes, and lack of funding, SHA that is not working, education funding model that doesn't work, and corruption, among many other things. So does this address the real issue? The answer is no. It only escalates the problem. And that is why the government should sit down and come up with a solution of how to solve this problem. Number 3, in my view, the police service is supposed to be independent. That is the truth of the matter. The police service should not receive orders from anybody. But now when you look at the executive is now giving orders to the police service. This is uncalled for. This is illegal. This one is not allowed. You see, the problem that you have in this country is that, when we came with the 2010 constitution, we wanted actually to have various independent institutions that can actually be able to exercise their powers and authorities without the influence of parliament, without the influence of the president, without the influence of the judiciary. And parliament was one of them. But now, what are we seeing here, ladies and gentlemen? That the executive, because also this man is also speaking on behalf of the president. You cannot tell me that he just speak like that. William Samoei Ruto akasema mguu. Na sasa labda huyu jamaa kabla bado useme wamalizie. It is wrong. And you remember William Samoei Ruto started also another narrative. Wewe uhame Kenya, wewe uende biguni, sijui nini. I think this kind of talks is not helping anything. It is not helping the current situation. Then there is also the issue of the ICC. These guys are inviting the ICC. The truth of the matter, ICC will only come when there is mass displacement of population, when there is crime against humanity, when there is organized crime. He's telling the police to commit a crime. That is what he's saying. And that's why Kenyans have a problem with this kind of narrative. So when you see Kenyans reacting, it is not that they just react anyhow, but they react after actually looking at what he's saying. Because you remember, even when Kipchumba Murkomen told people in Nairobi that the policemen should shoot these people, there was uproar. Then you can agree with me that those people who are being killed because the police already have the blessings of this kind of leadership. In fact, I saw one of the clip that was circulating around, ambapo polisi walikuwa wanajitanua kifua akisema vile ambavyo watu watalala kwenye jokofu, yani fridge, baada ya kupigwa busu na risasi. Kwa hivyo, Kenyans will be kissed by the bullets. That is what these guys are telling us. It is wrong. And I think these guys need to be told off, because Kenya is a democracy. And If there are people who are looting, let them be arrested and taken to court, but not gunning them down. If there are people who are stand out to be arsonists, arrest them. Arrest the goons. Arrest even the policemen who are stealing, who we saw them actually looting shops also. Arrest them. That is my take, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, this is a long narrative. Bye-bye.